Okay, this is a spell to get someone to think about you, be more considerate, and basically, if you're in a relationship with someone and you think that the person is not putting you first or just not giving you enough attention, you could call on Duke Dantalion for that. Dantalion is very good for swaying people's thoughts. So I'm actually working a jar spell with this. So I have a seal which is under the jar. You feel free to print them off the internet and go over them in pen. And I write on the back the little, petition, and I make an offering of some sort of, it could be wine, beer, whatever you have. Just set it aside for him or her, because this spirit is very it's very unusual, if that makes sense. An unusual energy. Pardon me. So anyway, I have the photographs of the couple, and they're together in the photograph, and I folded it in on itself, if that makes sense. So you got the photograph like so, and you fold it in like that, and in between I put some honey, some love oil, some brown sugar, and some rosebuds, and that's all in there. So I'm going to place a little petition and a little bit of cinnamon stick. Oh, I'm going to place that all in there and bind that up with some red yarn. So whilst you're binding, visualize the end result or say it out loud, whatever works for you. So I'm basically saying he will be a lot more attentive. He will realize she is the one for him. Things like that. Oh, it's very fiddly. And then I like to tie that in 3 knots. Just pop that in there. Excuse me, I'm very hoarse tonight. Okay. So Dantalion, again, I'm referencing Dimon Altry Goetia, S. Conley. Duke Dantalion's color is green, incense is sandalwood, metal is copper, planet is Venus, element is water. His N is Avaj Ayar, Dantalion Onsa. His original purpose: teaches all arts and sciences and has the ability to show you the thoughts of others and to sway the thoughts of others. She can also cause love, so the author is referring to the spirit as a she. And then the author goes on to say, helps one relate with others on an emotional level, teaches emotional intelligence, and heightens empathy for others. So that is the reason why we've called on Dantalion. And I also work with Santissima Morte. Okay, this needs some honey in it. Actually, I'll hold off for 1 second. I baptized this. Let's actually syrup. 1 second. They both work equally. Actually, honey is quite thick, and syrup runs a lot quicker. So you could use either or. This is a little doll's head that I like to use these for, putting thoughts into a person's mind. So if you can get your hands on something like this, just pull it off the body, and I cut it up the back like so. And I have it doesn't matter if that's a female doll or not, at the end of the day, it's just a little doll. Represents a head, and that's all we need. So, yeah, as I was saying, I have a photograph in there of the target. I also have his name, date of birth, and I baptized this. So this is linked to him, and actually going to put some bits and pieces in here. I have some little attraction herbs. I have some orris root, and I have a little bit of calamus as well to, push him a bit. There's also some catnip in there for attraction, eyebright, things like that. I'll put a bit of cinnamon stick, and that's for getting the lost element going. Just a little bit, you don't need a ton. Some brown sugar, just sweeten him up. I've got some convince oil. You don't need to look for these oils. Use whatever you've got. And some Follow Me Boy. You could put some honey in there, but I'm not going to because it's messy. So you need to seal that shut with some red candle wax. It's so fiddly. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So that goes into the jar along with the petition. And then I find I'm going to fill it up with some honey. Always visualizing the end result in your mind's eye whilst you do this. Oh, I'm running out as usual. So I'm putting some of those same herbs in there. Flatten this down a little bit. Now I need some rose water. Just push this down a tiny bit because it keeps floating to the surface. There we go. And there it's up again. Okay. Rose water, yeah. Sorry, this bracelet keeps hitting things. It's irritating. I just put a little bit more in just to fill it up to the top. Okay, so I'm going to put in some peace powder. A little bit. This is an oil to speed things up, which is a scent expedite oil. I only use it because I have it. At the end of the day, don't go looking for it. You don't need it. Let's see. Some of the control oil. That was put on his photograph as well, I should say. Again, this is for speed. It's Rush oil, and it's in the little red variety. Again, this is so hard to get, apparently, so at the end of the day, it's just because I have it. This is the reason why I use it. Sort of like a Love Me oil. Again, I make this myself, so come to me. More cinnamon stick. Really good for attraction and lust. Let's see. have some dried rose petals. Some brown sugar. That is it. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting anything more in that. What I do is, actually, I will have some wall of fire, just to put a little bit of protection in there. Okay. What I do is I take the jar in my hands and I blow. So that's me blowing life into the jar, and I put the top on it and I close it. I give it one shake, well, a few shakes, but I only do it once, is what I'm trying to say. And that sits on top of that, and I will be burning a red candle on top of that. And yeah, I'll probably keep it there for, I don't know, maybe up to 3 weeks or so, burning candles on it. I don't know. We'll see how things go with time. But that's it for now. And the little head is in there, and it's basically sweetening. Or is it? Yeah, it's basically sweetening his thought process. I know it sounds a bit bizarre, but that's how things work. When you link an object to a person using a photograph, or if you have someone's bits and pieces like fingernails, hair, what else? Pieces of clothing, whatever you have. But a photograph is enough. And you link it to an object like a skull candle or like a doll baby. It's very, very potent. So again, my advice is, if you're doing this type of working, to please avoid negative thought patterns. It slows down the whole process, and you don't want that. You're going to put a wall around yourself, and it's going to make results come through a lot slower. Even results could actually reverse on you. You know, it's very difficult to not worry, but I ask people to really and truly do your best. You know, put that effort in and visualize the end result in your mind's eye. Do it 5 minutes every night. See your goal, see everything falling into place, and that will really help the spell. Anyway, I'm gonna pull some cards. 1 second. Okay, so I'm having a look at him at the moment, and I think there's something going on in his life. I've got the bear sitting beside the fish card. That's making me think there's a work issue that's putting him under stress, or a money issue, but I'm swayed towards work because of the bear card. The book sits in the middle. That is some sort of secret that he needs to tell you, something that he needs to get off his chest. And then we've got over here, I've got the scythe and the garden. So something has happened quite abruptly, and it's basically putting some sort of strain on him. So I don't know, you're obviously not aware of what's going on at the moment, but I have a feeling that it's work orientated or financial or both. So get back to me on that one. Once that has been resolved, I do think things will fall into place. I've got the center card here, which is the pathways or the crossroads. That means there's a decision he will make with regards to you. I've got the bouquet and the sun on each side of that, so again, that's excellent. The sun is a great card of happiness, and the bouquet, again, great card for love matters, etc. So things are looking really promising. It's just this hurdle that he has at the moment needs to be cleared up. Yeah. Oracle cards I pulled for you. The first card is indecision. So I'm sure that's how you see him at the moment. That's interesting. Very interesting. Contract. So that's making me think there's something work orientated. Adjacent possibilities. So yeah, I'm not sure. what that is. Then we've got the Angel of Strength. Then we've got Appreciation, Blossoming Abundance, Door to Romance, followed by Happy Family. So you have good cards. I think there's an issue at the moment with regards to him. There's something. I think it's something financial or work or both. I think he will tell you about it. And I think once he gets that off his chest, I think things will start to look a bit better. But in the fullness of time, I think things will work themselves out. I think you just need to give it a bit of time and disconnect from the situation, which is hard. I understand that. But do your best to not focus too much on the results. Just do the little visualizations that we discussed, and keep seeing you and him, whatever situation you want in the future, keep seeing that, and just send out love to him, and he will feel it. At the end of the day, whatever he's going through, I think it will, work itself out. If there's anything else I can help you with, do let me know. For everyone, it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. Just want to say thank you to everyone that has been subscribing. I have some new subscribers lately. Thank you for that. Videos are shooting out at a good speed at the moment, so I'll get back to you if I owe you a video. Apologies for the delay. That's about it for now, and I'll speak to you all soon.